Assalamualaikum and a very good day to everyone. We are from Group 4, want to present about Chapter 5, Designing and Managing Service Processes for subject MKT540, Services Marketing. Before we proceed for a presentation, I am pleased to introduce our group members, which are ASHIKIN binti SENIN, HAFIQKAH binti SAIM, NURUL FARAHANAH binti Muhammad JAMALUDIN, AWAZMIN bin ABDUL WAHAB, and me, Muhammad FIRDAUS bin ARIFFIN. So, let's start with our first presenter, NURUL FARAHANAH.
So, I will start first. 5.1. What is service process? Service processes are the service experience from the customer perspective and the architecture of service from the firm perspective. So next we go to mapping and designing service process. What inside mapping and designing service process is flow charting of service process. First, map of service process. Second, show the nature and sequences of steps involved. And lastly, is an easy way to visualize the customer experience. Blueprinting of service process. A more complex from flow charting. Show how the service process is constructed. Maps to customer, employee and service system interaction. And lastly, design element, front stage activity, line of visibility, and backstage activity. Process design consideration, use Pokayo to design field point out of the process. Set service standard and target to manage process. And lastly, design customer emotion into the process. Start strong, create a peak, segment pressure, and combine pain. And lastly, finish strong. How to redesign service process? Examine the blueprint with key stakeholder include customer, frontline, and back office employees, and IT. See how to reconstruct, rearrange, and substitute tasks. Second, eliminate non-value adding step. Third, address bottlenecks balance process. And lastly, shift to self-service. Next, we go to redesign service process. Indicator of risk design needs. Excessive information exchange, high degree of control activity, increased process of exceptions, growing number of customer complaints about inconvenience and unnecessary procedure. And next, we go to objective of redesign. Reduce number of service failures, reduce cycle time, enhance productivity, and
Thank you, Farahana. Okay, my name is FIRDAUS. Next, I will continue to present for Chapter 5, Subtopic 5.2, Flow Charting Service Delivery. Point number 1, technique for displaying the nature and sequence of different steps in delivery service to customers. Point 2, offer way to understand total customer service experience. Point 3, show how nature of customer involvement with service organization varies by type or services. A. People processing. B. Position processing. C. Mental stimulus processing. And finally, information processing. Okay, next, let we see this simple flowchart for service delivery. People processing, stay at motel. Okay, firstly, park the car. Next, the customer will check in, make up the room. After that, spend night in a room. Next, breakfast. So the breakfast was prepared, and finally check out. Okay, next, continue with subtopic 5.3. Develop a blueprint for service process. Developing a blueprint. They have 2 points. Firstly, identify key activities in creating and delivering services. Point 2, define big pictures before drilling down to obtain a higher level of details. Next, advantages of blueprinting. Also have 2 points, which is distinguish between front stage and backstage. Next, clarify interaction between customers and staff and support by backstage activities system. Next, key component of a service blueprint. They have 4 points. First, define standard for front stage activities. Second, specify physical evidence. Number 3, identify main customer action. And finally, line of visibility between front stage and backstage. In develop a blueprint, they have 3 act performance. Let me see Act 1, introductory scenes. Act 2, delivery of core product. cocktail, seating, order food and wine, wine services. Potential fail point. Is that the menu information complete, menu intangible, or everything on the menu actually available? Mistake in transmitting information, a common causes of quality failure. Example, bad handwriting, poor verbal communication. Okay, next for Act 3, the drama concludes. Remaining action should move quickly and smoothly, with no surprises at the end. We also can see by customer expectation. Is that accurate, intangible, and prompt bill? Payment handled politely? Guests are thanked for their patronage.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is AWAZMIN. Today I would like to present chapter 5. Understanding how to use fail proofing to design fail point out of services processes. The first one is identify fail point. Next, analysis of reason for failure often reveals opportunities for failure proofing to reduce, eliminate future risk of errors. Need fail-safe method using POCA-YOX method for both employee and customers. So to employees, POCA-YOX to ensure service staff do the right thing as a request and at the right speed. To customer, focus on preparing the customer for the encounter, understanding the anticipating their roles and selecting the correct service or transaction. Knowing how to set the standard of and performance target for customer service processes. There is 4 elements: service attribute consists of responsiveness, reliability, competence, accessibility, courtesy, communication, credibility, confidentiality, listening to the customers. The second element is service processes indicator, including processes time to improve application, creates a base to measure customer satisfaction. The third element is service process standard. There is a timeline, define service quality goals for staff, and the last one performance target. Having a target 80% of all application related to powers and define processes departmental service quality goals. Appreciate the importance of customer perception and emotion in service process design. Customer perception and emotion in service process design consists of first, start strong, build and improving trend, creating a big, get bad experience over with early, segment pressure, combine pains, and finish strong. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
The necessity for service process redesigns, indications that processes are not working well and need to be redesigned. Extensive information exchange, data that is not useful, high ratio of checking or control activities to value adding activities, and increased exception processing. How service process redesigns improve service quality and productivity. Redesign efforts typically focus on reduced number of service failures, enhance productivity, increase customer satisfactions, and the service processes redesign often involves examining the service blueprint with key stakeholders, eliminating non-value adding steps, and shifting to self-service. Levels of customer participations. Customer participations, actions and resources supplied by customers during service production and or delivery, includes mental, physical, and even emotional inputs.
Assalamualaikum, my name is ASHIKIN binti SENIN. My point for 5.10, service customer as co-creator. Customer can influence productivity and quality of service processes and outputs. Customer not only bring expectation and needs, they also need to have relevant service production competency. Customer also needs to be requited as they are partial employees. Firms need to get those with the skill to do the task. For the relationship to last, both parties need to cooperate with each other. 5.11 Customer benefit and adoption of self-service technology. Key advantage are greater convenience, including time saving, faster service, flexibility of timing, and flexibility of location. Lower price and fees. Pupil had SSTS when SSTS feel the system is down and PIN numbers not accepted. Poorly designed technology that makes service processor difficult to understand and use. Assessing and improving SSTS. Does the SSTS work reliably? Are there a system in place to recover the service if the SSTS fail? And last, 5.12 Managing Customer Resistance. Step to reducing customer reluctance to change. Develop customer trust. Publicize the benefit of change. Pre-test new procedure and equipment. Teach customer to use innovation and promote trial. Okay, that's all for my group presentation.